Hello, guys, and welcome to Football Fan Den UK. England getting through to the last eight after a 3-0 victory over Senegal. We're doing a live tonight, guys, just for you guys to hear what you guys have got to say. We do plenty of match watch alongs, and you hear plenty of what I have to say about games, during games, after games. So tonight, thought I'd do something a little bit different tonight and do a live stream to hear what you guys have to say about tonight's game with England or any other World Cup games you want to talk about, as well as club football is always involved and welcome as well. So yeah, guys, we'd just love to hear what you guys have to say. Obviously, an interesting game. I'm sure we're going to have hopefully a few interesting opinions from you guys. Obviously, lots of big clubs and teams been knocked out so far. Obviously, England getting through to the last eight, giving themselves a great chance to potentially win it with some of the other big nations already out. And we will be playing France in the last eight, which is, I believe, on Saturday night, Saturday evening. So yeah, guys, like I say, we're doing a live tonight to hear what you guys have to say about the game and any other World Cup football, as well as, like I say, you're always welcome to also talk about your club as well if you wish. So, guys, please do hit that like button if you're just joining us. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. It'd be great to hear your thoughts because, like I say, tonight's stream is about you guys and seeing what you guys' thoughts are on the game and the World Cup so far as well, because there's plenty to talk about. So let's go to the chat and see who we've got in the chat. Lionel Thompson, how's it going, mate? Good to hear from you. My phone's going off. Apologies for that, guys. Just turn the volume down if it'll listen to me. Not listening, I'll just turn it off. It's just going to keep pinging, so I'll just turn it off. Right, so Lionel, hello guys, how was it going? Finally remembered to join the live stream. Absolutely buzzing about the win. Now we face World Cup holders, France. Bring it on. Yeah, no worries, mate. No worries. Like I say, you're always, anytime you come on the show, it's always appreciated. Like I say, I've been doing a lot of streams just recently. Not obviously, as I said to some of you guys in yesterday's stream, I'm just trying to get as much practice, take advantage of the World Cup while it's here with so much football coming at us. It's a great opportunity for me to get some much needed practice, especially with the match watch alongs. So I've not even been promoting every stream that I've done. I've literally just jumped on some of them. To like I say, to stay consistent and to get some practice. That's the main thing. I'm always believe in being very honest, and I definitely am honest enough to know that I need the practice as far as match watch alongs are concerned, as well as other things. But yeah, so yeah, no worries, Lionel. No, not a problem, mate. Like I said, I know that you like talking a lot on social media, and obviously that's great. And I've done a lot of talking on social media myself in the past, and I'm still very active on social media. But I've also come to realise that it can be very distracted with social media, as far as from my point of view, anyway. Because obviously I want to build Fanden and make it a success, so I have to use my wisdom to how much time I actually can spare on social media. I wish I could spare more sometimes, but like I say, I do need to keep up the intensity on the channel and get the practice as well, guys. Like I say, I do believe in being honest about that. I'm not a professional. I'm learning all this stuff as I go. But yeah, Lionel, not a problem, mate. It's understandable. Like I say, I know you like to watch games and comment on about it on social media and stuff. Everybody's different. So like I say, whenever you get the time to come and get involved, it's always appreciated, mate. Always appreciated. Like you say, we've got France in the last eight. That's going to be a tricky game. Obviously, I've not shared my thoughts on tonight's game, but we'll get to that. because, like I say, tonight is more about you guys and what you guys have got to say about the game and anything else to do with club football or the World Cup in general. Um, so I'm sure I will share my opinion on the game at some point during the stream. So thanks for that. Sorry, guys. Thanks for that, Lionel. Much appreciated, mate. And like I say, always appreciated whenever you can drop in, mate. Stephen Allen, hi guys, great win. Yeah, I wouldn't say great win, but yeah, entitled to your opinion, mate. It was a good win, job done. Although personally myself, I think we showed a little bit of the example of the weakness that England have. They definitely got nerves, which was shown in the first half. But yeah, it's a good win. It's a good win, mate. I suppose you could look at it as a great win if you look at the first half an hour and how England played, and the fact that they managed to come out on top without conceding a goal. So I suppose, yeah, Stevie, you're right in that aspect. It is a great win in that if we look at it like that. So thanks for that, Stevie, mate, and appreciate all the hard work you do in the background. Lionel is saying excited for club football to return, but I'm loving this World Cup while it's here. Yeah, mate. Well, obviously, um, for some fans like yourself, club football's pretty much continued. It's it's only the Premier League and the Championship and the Scottish Premiership that's really stopped, as well as sorry, the Scottish Championship as well. Um, it's only really four leagues within the UK that have really stopped for the World Cup. Most other leagues have carried on in some kind of fashion. Um, Even if it's not been the consistency that we know normally. But yeah, like I say, mate, for you anyway, club football has pretty much continued because I know Derby County have been playing games through the World Cup. I'm not sure if you guys noticed. There's also been quite a lot of friendlies. I've noticed. Obviously, some of the Championship teams and Premier League teams and stuff arranging friendlies with Scottish teams. So obviously, that's keeping themselves using. Obviously, that's a tactical aspect to try and keep the players that are still back in the UK match fit and match sharp, ready for the return of the leagues after the World Cup. So yeah, I don't know if you guys have noticed that. I'm sure I saw a fixture the other day: Blackburn Rovers v Hearts. I think. I'm sure I saw that. So I'm just giving you an example of some of the unusual friendlies that we're seeing mid halfway through the season, which is just not normal, is it? We not normally used to seeing that in the summer, but not in the middle of the season. But yeah, like you say, Lionel, I'm sure a lot of the other fans are looking forward to the return of the club football, and hopefully we don't have this. I've got to be honest, guys. I hope we don't have another Winter World Cup because as yes, it's nice, different, somewhat different, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work for me. My opinion, it doesn't work. You can't just um, interrupt the club season like this with a major tournament and not give players and teams good preparation time. So yes, it's been a bit unique, a bit different, but like I say, for me, guys, I don't really want to see another Winter World Cup. I think it's always best played in the summer when there's the time for the international teams to actually get together and prepare for a World Cup properly. Um, but that's just my opinion. Maybe you guys think differently. Let me know in the chat if you do. But thanks for that, Lionel. Much appreciated, mate. I'm glad to hear that you are enjoying the World Cup. PFC underscore DY4 is Dylan. How's it going, mate? Great to see you. And yep, hi guys. Hope you're well. Good result for England. Would have, excuse me, would have liked to see Senegal pull on pull an upset though. Right. Well, that's a bit of an unusual one, mate. Obviously, I'm saying it's unusual because I thought he's an England fan. So I've nothing against Senegal. I think they gave a good account of themselves, and they even troubled England at times, especially in that first half. But yeah, that's a bit of a surprise, mate. But let me know your thoughts on that and why you would have liked in Senegal to cause an upset against our own nation. That's a bit unusual, that mate. But fair enough. Let me know why you're thinking like that. Obviously, if they were playing another country, I would maybe agree with you. But obviously, when it comes to your home country, I'm always going to get behind England, even though they don't excite me in the same way that my club do. They used to. They used to. To be honest, they used to get that excited about the national team when I was younger. But now I'm older. It's you look at it differently. You do look at it differently with international football as you get older. Um, Charlie Royal, how's it going, mate? Great to see you. Long time no chat, mate. Great result tonight. Will be a tough game on Saturday, however, but I believe we will win. I like the positivity, mate. I love that. Love the positivity, and yeah, absolutely. Great to see you in the chat, mate. And yeah, I'm glad to see the confidence for against France because I think they are going to give us a bit more of a reality check. Because let's be honest, guys, we've not played any opposition yet, really. Uh, Maybe with the exception of the US a little bit, but we haven't really played any seriously tough opposition. And I know France are not the team they used to be, but they've still got a lot of talented players. And maybe even they're being overlooked a little bit just because they haven't. They're a different team to what they used to be. It's more of an unproven team that the French have got at the minute. So yeah, but yeah, absolutely, Charlie. Loving the confidence, mate. And like I say, it's buzzing to see you come and get involved, mate. Like I say, love to see you guys come and get involved because that's what Fandent is about. It's about you guys. So yeah, thanks for that, Charlie. Great to see you, mate. Lionel Thompson. I would be fuming if Senegal pulled through and upset Dylan. I would. Sorry, I have to read that one again. I would be fuming if Senegal pulled through and upset Dylan. I'm not. That one's gone over my head a bit. I get that. Get your fuming bit, but I'm not sure with regards to upset Dylan because Dylan said that he would be happy if Senegal got an upset. So unless I'm reading it wrong, maybe I'm reading it wrong. I don't know. But yeah, fair enough, Lionel. Guys, if you're just joining us, please do drop in the chat. Let us know your thoughts on the game. That's what tonight's stream's about, hearing what you guys have got to say. You hear enough for what I've got to say week in, week out. So tonight is more about you guys and your thoughts on the game, as well as any other football you want to talk about, guys. So please do hit that like button and drop your comments in the chat. It'd be great to hear from you. So yeah, thanks for that, Lionel. Lionel also said, "I wonder who'll win the World Cup. I'm going for Brazil, although I would love it to come home again. But if that doesn't happen, then I'm going for Argentina v Brazil, or Brazil v Spain, or Argentina v Spain. Right. So obviously, Lionel is thinking that Brazil, Argentina, and Spain are the favourites to progress to the final. That's a good shout, mate. Yeah, that's a good shout. I'm not sure about Argentina, mate. I think Argentina still a good team. They are a very good team, but if you've watched some of the Argentina games, and I have watched a couple of the Argentina games, they are heavily reliant on Lionel Messi. Um, without him, they're a shadow of the team that they used to be, in my opinion. Um, that, like I say, he's scored a couple of goals, but he has been their talisman, which we all know he is. But it's amazing actually watching Argentina to see just how much they do really rely on him, mate. Um, did I miss a comment there? I did. I think I missed a comment there. Sorry, Charlie. I'll come back to that. No, I think I read that one, did I? Sorry, my bad. I'm getting confused with where I was up to then. So yeah, that's a good shout, Lionel. But let's hope England can do it. I'm kind of torn at the minute, guys. I've got to be honest with you. Obviously, um, we would all love to see, if you're an England fan anyway, we'd all love to see England progress to the final and possibly win it. But for me, the concern I've got is that if England progress any further than this now, last day, in fact, I think he's already done it now. Um, my concern is that Gareth Southgate will get a new contract. And I have nothing against the man as a football person, but I'm not. I don't. He doesn't get me excited as an England manager. He doesn't. I don't see his passion on the touchline enough. I don't see that he will have that fire in the belly if it's needed in a cup final. Um, when you really need to get your players to, not when, because when you get to cup finals, guys, you all know, you're all football fans, you've all got great knowledge. You all know when it comes to a to a cup final, sometimes it's just about raw passion and desire to win and just determination, skill and stuff like that. Yes, it comes into it a little bit, but finals are just about getting it done. Just get the job done. And that's where sometimes you need a manager with a bit of fire in the belly that will really, really, tap into the patriotic side of players and stuff like that, and help them find that extra edge that they need inside to just get to get the result and get it over the line. And that's the biggest concern I have with Gareth Southgate. He's done amazing with England. I've got to be honest; he's done absolutely fantastic. Like I say, I'm not. I'm never excited about managers that don't show that passion and emotion on the touchline. And even in interviews, we don't see it. I mean, we see that he's knowledgeable, but we just don't see that passion. So yeah, I'd love to know your thoughts on that, guys. Let me know if you agree, disagree. It'd be great to hear from you. Lionel also saying meant Argentina by saying Arg. Yeah, I got that, mate. Yep, no worries. I got that. But yeah, it was quite obviously it was quite easy to understand because I think I've seen that abbreviation before, mate. So yep, no worries, Lionel. Thanks for clarifying, though, mate. Charlie Royal, Championship is restarting next Saturday, so looking forward to that. Absolutely, mate. Yeah, and Norwich hopefully will return with some good focus after the break, and hopefully start to really push for the second half of the season. Because I think Norwich, to be fair, I'm sure it's Norwich you support if I'm remembering Charlie. But yeah, I think Norwich potentially really a club that will definitely be up there in the mix and either be promoted either this season or next season. I'm definitely confident. I think you guys. I think I've said it before. I think I've been very impressed with how Norwich have dealt with promotion financially. I know you struggled when you've got in the Premier League, but I think the way the club is being run financially has been very sensible, and it gives you the guys the chance to keep going again. And I think eventually it'll pay off. I think eventually it will pay off, and you guys will start to establish yourselves as the Premier League team because you're doing it sensibly, you're doing it steady, but without overstretching yourselves financially, as we've seen other clubs like QPR and clubs like that do, and we're seeing it right now with Aston Villa coming back up in the last few years. They've spent some obscene amounts of money. So yeah, I'm glad to hear you're looking forward to that, Charlie. I'm quite looking forward to it myself because obviously the Championship is an exciting league, and you never know, Bolton might be back involved in it next season. Although if they are, I don't expect them to have a great campaign their first season back. I think it'll be more just about survival if Bolton do just get back into the Premier League. I think, sorry, the Championship. Sorry, I think the first season will be more about survival. But yeah, thanks for that, Charlie. PFC underscore DY4 is Dylan. France will be a tough game for England. Definitely one for the neutral. Yeah, I think, mate. I don't. I think. I think that Wales and Scotland and Ireland will all be sitting, being French supporters on that night, mate. I've already seen a lot of bitterness towards England from some of our UK friends, shall we say? So yeah, and I've just thought I think it's just a bit petty, really. But there you go. Some people can't get past the hate factor. But you're right, Dylan. It will be an absolutely, definitely should be an interesting game. It's going to be a tough one. It's definitely going to be a tough one, and I'm sure it's going to excite a lot more fans, like you say, from a neutral point of view. Um, because France definitely can hold their own, and they're a completely different challenge to what we've faced so far in the World Cup. So I think you're right, Dylan. It's going to be a challenging, tough game, as you say, but definitely one that I think many neutrals will be interested in, as you say. Um, Dylan also saying championship and technically rest, restaurat. Sorry, we started yesterday. Albeit it's not a full list. Yeah, to be fair, guys, I'll have to have a look. Obviously now I think what we got now we got two. I think we've got 2 more days of World Cup action, and then there is a little slight break before we get to the last eight. So obviously now is where the World Cup starts to drop off with the intensity and yeah, like you said, we should see a switch back, a gradual switch back to club attention. Why is my nose so itchy tonight? Um, yeah, we should see a gradual improvement. Sorry, gradual. What the word that I was looking for is completely gone out of my head. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. We should gradually get back into club football over the next week or so as the World Cup, because obviously the World Cup's still going on, but with the lot less teams in it now, we'll start to see gaps appear leading up to the final. And that starts. I think the last 16 game is we've got games tomorrow and then games on Tuesday. And then, like I said, I think there's a 2 or 3 day break. I think then they play the last day on Friday and Saturday. So there, like I say, guys, we got some breaks coming up with the World Cup, and I'm sure we'll start to see Championship clubs and Premier League clubs back in action, even if they're not playing in the league, which we obviously don't start just yet. But I think we'll see a lot of Premier League clubs specifically and Championship clubs. I think the Championship will be back before Premier League in that respect, but I think we'll still see the Premier League clubs back in action because they will obviously want to get the players match sharp that are still back in the UK, ready for the restart of the season. It's so unusual, isn't it, guys, to have this interruption in the middle of the season. Like I said, I'd love to know your thoughts on it. Have you thought it's been good? Has it been a bit irritating? Let me know your thoughts. What you think of this Winter World Cup interrupting the club season? Because, like I say, it's very unusual and not a normal way we would expect the season to go. So yeah, did I? I did read that. PFC underscore DY4 Dylan is saying nothing against England, guys. I have family from a few countries, so I don't really support a specific nation. I just keep an eye on all the results. Nothing against England or anything other any other UK nation. Dylan, things I've seen on your account, mate, and obviously the comments you're making in the chat. I'm kind of guessing that you might be a Wales fan, mate, and you're just keeping it quiet. Am I along the right lines there, mate? Let me know. Obviously, if you are a Wales fan, that's fine. That's fine. Make it known. Be proud. Don't hide. Just you know, we all support our clubs different ways, nations different ways. But yeah, I just always thought you was an England fan, mate. But I'm obviously, like I say, with some of the stuff I've seen on your account, and obviously the fact of the comments you're saying. So I'm just getting the impression that maybe you're a Wales fan. more than you are an England fan, mate. And if that is the case, that's fine. Just like I say, I'm just curious, mate. So yeah. Well, we've got no further comments at the minute. I'll obviously share with you guys my thoughts on the game. So if you're just joining us, guys, please do keep your comments coming because, like I say, this live stream is more about you guys and what you've got to say about tonight's game and any other football topics you want to talk about. Um, but for me, I'm just going to quickly share my views on the game while the chat has gone a little bit quiet. So for me, guys, I think England got lucky tonight. I really do. I think England got very lucky tonight. I think the first half an hour showed frailties in the team. I think Senegal should have scored early on. I think England were lucky to keep them out and not concede. Senegal looked to be well up for it in that first half an hour. They created a couple of scares. They exposed yet again what I was saying. I think it was after the first game. Yeah, after the first game against Iran, they exposed that we've got defensive weaknesses in the back line. And like I say, for me, I think it was a very average performance from England. I think once the goal, they went a goal up. That took the pressure off. It also helped the players focus better. And like I say, for me, it was a very average performance from England. I think Senegal were a bit unlucky not to get an early goal because they had two absolutely awesome chances in that first half. Um, but um, but yeah, like I say, for me, I think it was very average performance from England. I think that Senegal exposed our weaknesses at the back. Really, I'm also disappointed to see that Alexander Arnold Trent isn't getting played much. I'm not sure what Gareth Southgate's issue is with him. We all know he has got a slight weakness in defence. He can make mistakes in his defensive games, but we were kicking that ball long a lot in that game today, guys, and it was going to nobody. We were using long balls, and it was more hit and hope and hoping that it was going to fall to an England player. So when we was coming under pressure, you did have players looking for the long ball. And for me, that is why Alexander Arnold Trent should have been involved in this game today because yes, we know he's got defensive errors in him, but it's not that bad that you can't play him. He's already shown that with Liverpool that it shows up that weakness once in a while. Not very often. It's not every game he shows that weakness. It's once in a while. So for me, guys, I'm puzzled why when we were playing so many long balls because we did play a few. Why Alexander Arnold Trent wasn't on the pitch because he's brilliant at passing accurately up the field with long balls, and we did it. We did use that tactic a few times, guys, and it was more like long balls just to clear it rather than long balls to get us on the attack. Now, I'm not being funny, but this is international football. This is not non-league or League Two level. This is international football. This is supposed to be the best of the best. And to be the best, you've got to be calm and you've got to be playing confident and you've got to be playing tactically. And if you're playing tactically, you don't, in at this level, you shouldn't be needing to just, unless you're playing a team that is equally as good as you. And no, with all respect to Senegal, I'm not being funny, but they're missing two of their best players today, guys. They're missing their talisman, Sadio Mane, and they're also missing their number one goalkeeper who was sent home. And yet, England still looked average. That's what we have to take into account. We played a very average Senegal team with two of their best players missing, and we looked average. And we was kicking balls up the field to nobody, to just hit and hope, and hoping that it landed to an England player that was further forward. So for me, it was a good win. It was a good win. I wouldn't say it was a great win. It was a good win. We got the job done. But for me, like I said, I wouldn't get too excited about winning World Cups, to be honest, guys, because for me, I think we showed that we can be got at. And if we do that, if we start the game against France the way we started today against Senegal, the French will pick us off. They will pick us off and they will score goals. They won't waste their chances the way we saw Senegal waste their chances today. Because let's be honest, like I said, guys, Senegal had two awesome chances in that first half, and if we're honest and respectful to Senegal, they should have scored one of them goals, guys. It was there that some great opportunities in that first half an hour, and unfortunately, they just didn't manage to put the ball in the back of the net. Against better opposition like France, we will concede a goal. We will concede. I'll be very shocked if that was France if we wouldn't have conceded a goal. Now, I'm not having a go at the lads. I'm not saying we had a bad game. We had a decent game. But what I'm saying is you have to judge the game, this game particularly, more based on that first half an hour because we've got bigger challenges, guys. If we're going to win this tournament, we're going to have to play a lot tougher teams than Senegal. And you cannot start games like the way England started this game, passing it slowly at the back, no ideas to get it, well, lacking in ideas to get it forward. And like I say, looking vulnerable at the back when the opposition come at you. And the only time that disintegrated was when we got a goal up, because then the players seemed to settle down, relax, and then they started playing their game, and we started to see England play better football, more confident football, better possession, and they just generally improved. Now, for me, if the players are coming out in the first half an hour and playing like we saw today, then that boils down to the manager. That boils down to the manager because what is he not saying to them to bring them, to calm them down? He should be making them go out there, and he should be saying things to make them go out there and want to go at other teams like they're possessed. That is how you should see in a World Cup game as big as this. That is what you should be seeing from your team in the first half. There should be no fear in the first half an hour. And the reason there should be no fear in the first half an hour is because you've got the whole game ahead of you to correct any mistakes. So if you do happen to be unlucky enough to concede a goal, you've got the whole game to pull it back round, to turn it back round. But yet we are seeing, like I said, we've seen England show nerves, and it's crazy. So I want to hear from you guys. Do you think it's nerves? Do you think it's a tactical thing? Do you think it's the manager? I'd love to hear from you. But for me, I do. I've got to be honest, guys. I think the manager is accountable for how his team is sending the players out onto the pitch. Because for me, the England players just looked too nervous in that first half an hour, and we didn't show what we can do as a team until we got that first goal, and then everything calmed down. The players started to relax and started to become more confident on the ball, more confident in possession, and they played a lot better. But like I say, for me, the evidence was there in that first half an hour that we have got weaknesses, and that the manager is not necessarily saying the right things to the players when he's sending them out. He's more relying on the players' skills and the talent that we've got in that team to get results, rather than rallying the players, as we see with some other players, some other teams that come out with a seriously strong desire to get the result, irrespective of the quality that they have within their team. Whereas when we see it with England, you do get the impression that there's more of a reliance on, oh, well, we've got the talented players, so we'll get through it. Well, I'm sorry, but that's not how you win games. You win games by matching, first of all, going out there and matching the opposition toe to toe, match their desire, match their commitment, match their hunger. That's how you win tournaments. You have to go out there and do the ugly stuff first before you can expect to just win a tournament just based on the quality of players you've got in your team. So for me, guys, like I say, it was a good performance for England, but I don't think it was mega convincing. We beat an average team with two of their best players missing. Like I said earlier, they had their talisman missing, Sadio Mane, and they also had their number one goalkeeper missing, who was sent home for, as I believe, he was sent home by the manager for arguing about the tactics with the Senegal manager. And the manager was having none of it and sent him home. So they was playing with their number two keeper tonight, as well as missing Sadio Mane. So, like I say, when we look at the whole picture, was it a great game, guys? Was it? Was it really? Love to hear your thoughts on it, guys. Drop your comments in the chat because, like I say, tonight's live stream is to hear what you guys have got to say. So please do hit that like button and come and get involved. Share your opinions. You guys are all football fans, and come and share your knowledge. If you have a different opinion to me, fine, no problem. Want to hear from you. Just drop your comments in the chat. Ella, great win. Right, no worries, Ella. Fair enough. Great to see you in the chat, mate, and thank you very much for coming, letting us know your thoughts. If you think it's a great win, that's fair enough, mate. It was a good win. My point of view, I think it was a good win. I can understand. Excuse me, guys. I can understand why some of you guys are saying it was a great win because they got the job done. We got 3 goals, and we kept a clean sheet. So in that, as I said earlier, in that aspect, it was a great win. But for me, when we look at the bigger picture of it all, I think it was a good win and not so much a great win. But you guys are entitled to your opinion. Like I say, football is all about opinions. I might not always agree with your opinion. You might not always agree with my opinion. But I will always at least respect your opinion, even if I don't agree. Ella is saying Jude Bellingham is a serious player. Yeah, absolutely. I think, to be fair, Ella, I think we got some fantastically talented players within the team. But just not, just like I say, it's getting the best out of them, didn't it? I was shocked to see Marcus Rashford not starting, to be honest, because I thought he had a really good game the other day against Wales, and I was shocked to see that. To not see him start the game. But like I say, you try. It's like trying to win the lottery, trying to predict what lineup Gareth Southgate is going to go with to a certain extent, because he does. He does seem to have his favourites, and sometimes it's questionable. Is he doing selecting the team for the best interest of the team, or because he trusts players? Because as we know, some coaches have, there's certain players they trust in, and they might prefer to pick a player just based on the trust they have in them to do the job they're asking, rather than what the player could actually bring to the team with the talent that they have at their, within themselves, shall we say. So yeah, absolutely, Ella. Thank you very much for that. And like I said, I don't think Jude Bellingham just the most just the interesting. I think we've got a few potentially top players that we could see a bright future for in the future for England and for their club as well. So yeah, thanks for that, Ella. Ella also saying, I disagree. We played the African Cup of Nations winner and beat them comfortably. Comfortably, I have no complaints, but I am very nervous about the France game. Right, well, fair enough, Ella. Yep, you're entitled to your opinion, but like I've just explained, yes, we beat the African Cup of Nations winners without 2 of their best players. And, as much as they, we got a comfortable win in that first half an hour, go and rewatch that first half an hour, Ella. I'm telling you, we looked nervous. The players looked like they were confused how to break them down. And it was only once we got that first goal that the players started to relax, and then we saw what the talent within our squad can do when they actually settle and play well. I'm not criticizing that we haven't got talented players. I'm not saying that we didn't play well over the 90 minutes. What I'm saying is we showed a nervousness in that first half an hour. We showed a vulnerability in that first half an hour. And for me, that is concerning. And I'm just being honest, because I'm trying to acknowledge that we want to win the World Cup. All England fans keep singing this song, want it to come home. It's coming home. Well, yeah, if you want it to come home, you have to be realistic, and you have to give constructive criticism. And that's what I'm doing. I'm giving constructive criticism. I'm not saying we didn't play well. I'm not saying we didn't get the job done. We did. We played well. You're right, Ella. We got the job done, clean sheet, all them good things. But we also have to look at the other aspect of it. And the other aspect of it is, let's be honest, Senegal was not at their best today. They showed that they didn't play. I don't think they played quite as well as they showed in the group stages. And like I say, they had their best. Do you think we would have got that easy? Do you think that they would not have conceded them goals? Because I'm sorry, but if you look at their two chances that they had in that first half an hour, if Sadio Mane had been on that pitch, I think he'd have slotted at least one of them away, if not both of them. So we could have been 2-0 down in the first half an hour. And then I think maybe people would have a slightly different opinion because we all know what Sadio Mane brings to the table with his talent. There's arguments going on right now back in Liverpool of whether Liverpool are actually missing him. Um, and that's a huge debate at the moment because Liverpool haven't been scoring the same volume of goals as they did last season. And there's been question marks asking whether that's because of Sadio Mane leaving. Not saying it is, not saying it isn't. I'm just putting it out there that that's a debate that's going on. So, like I say, Ella, you are well within your rights of your opinion. I think it's a good opinion. I'm not agreeing with you, but that's that's why I love you coming getting involved, Ella, because you are always very honest with your opinion. I'm not criticizing the team. I just think we were looked very average and we looked like we've got nerves and when you go into these big games, you've got to hit the ground running. You've got to go right from the start. You've got to match that intensity, that desire, and go for it. And I didn't see that in that first half an hour enough from England. And that's just that. Like I said, that's just my own personal opinion. But yeah, absolutely, Ella. I agree about the France game because I too am a little bit nervous because, like I said, I think a team like France will expose our defensive weaknesses. Ella, I'm pretty sure Mende is usually their number one keeper, isn't he? Yeah, like yeah, he got sent home. He's had a big bust up apparently with the Senegal coach, and he sent him home. So yeah, they was actually playing with their number two goalkeeper tonight. Possibly even their number three goalkeeper. I'm not sure. I just know they didn't have their number one keeper. I heard about it the other day watching another game, and I think I was reading about the details of the game, and that's where I came across it. That there'd been a bust up with the coach and the number one goalkeeper, and he got sent home. Apparently, it was something to do with the Senegal goalkeeper wanted to come out from his technical area and play the ball upfield. He actually wanted to be what's the word? What they call it now? Like Man City keep doing sweeper keeper type thing. If you get my meaning. So yeah, like I say, I don't know all the details of it. I just heard that there was a disagreement with him and the coach, and it was to do with how the keeper was going to play. And I think the Senegal coach just wanted the keeper to just concentrate on the doing his job in the goal mouth and not worrying about him coming out and putting leaving an open net basically. So yeah, Keaton Townsend, how's it going, mate? My nephew Keaton, good to see you drop in, mate. Mendy is their number one. Sure he plays for Chelsea as first team player. Mendy, yeah. You guys are throwing me off again now with names. Yeah, like I say, um, yeah. So I'm presuming that's following on. Sorry, mate. I'm presuming you're following on from what Ella was saying. What the Ella said. No, am I getting confused with Jude Bellingham? I'm getting confused now. I hate players' names. I'm really bad with players' names. You guys always remember players' names. I'm no interest in remembering players' names. Um, but yeah, yeah. Like I say, I don't know exactly what's gone on with this keeper business with Senegal. I just read about it. But yeah, did I hear in the commentary that it was the Arsenal keeper? There was something in the commentary I heard about the Arsenal keeper. I'm not sure. Um, but yeah, like I say, for me, I'm I'm gonna check that out because you guys have really thrown me off with that one now. Why is this not coming on? Sorry, guys. I'm just gonna check the teams because you've thrown me off, and I'm sure I can't remember the name of the keeper. The keeper that was sent home. Um, let's have a look. Let's have a look, guys. Rather get better understanding, and then I'm on hopefully hopefully on the same page as what you guys are talking about. I'll be honest, guys. I've never been good at remembering players' names. I do get confused with players' names, but that's probably because I'm not 14. When you're younger, you remember players' names a lot easier. I can remember the players from when I was younger a lot better than I can remember today's players. To be fair, um, right, why am I not finding this now? Right, here we go. Right, yeah, yeah. So obviously, you guys talking about Mendy, but I'm trying to work. Was it I'm trying to work out the keeper that was sent home. There was a key. I've read it the other day that the one of the Senegal keeper was sent home for disagreement. Um, so I'm just going to put it in to find out. Um, just bear with me a second, guys. I want to clarify this. Senegal goalkeeper. Yeah, here we go. Senegal goalkeeper sent home. Uh, Senegal star accepted Eduardo Mendes difficult phase. Um, England star, no, no, no. That's last night. Just bear me a second. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to figure out. Right. So, keep one after injury, poor form. Right. So it's saying here. Um, Eduardo Mendes will use Sunday's World Cup kit to a 2022 clash with England to prove he remains a top goalkeeper. Senegal keeper Mendes has lost his status as Chelsea's number one after struggling with injury, poor form, and a lack of faith from new boss Graham Potter since Potter took over at Chelsea. In September, Mendes has started just two Premier League games and only became Kepa Arrizabala's, I can never read his name, was out injured. Mende was at fault for both goals in Senegal's 2-0 World Cup opening defeat to Holland, coming for a cross he failed to make and then spilling a routine shot. Right, I don't know. Well, I'm confused then because I was under the impression that Senegal had their players sent home. I read it the other day, guys. I swear, I read the other day that there'd been a bust up with the manager and the Senegal manager and their number one goalkeeper. I can't remember which goalkeeper it was they were on about. I can't remember which name they actually mentioned. So I'm not sure if it's Mendes or another player. That's why I'm getting confused, guys. Um, but I definitely read it the other day. I definitely read that there'd been a bust up between the Senegal manager and the got number one goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper had been sent home. And that's what I read. So that's why I'm confused because it looks like Mende is being well. It's indicating here from what I'm reading. It's indicating that Mende is Senegal's number one. But yeah, I read the other day that their number one had been sent home. So maybe you guys know if there's another keeper that I am overlooking. I've just put it in. I've just googled it, and I'm not finding it's saying anything about another goalkeeper. I'm confused by that now. I'm really confused because, like I said, it's this mainstream media in it with their headlines that I don't know. I'm going to check that later because I'm really confused now. I was under the impression that Senegal had sent him home, and maybe it, I don't know. Maybe the reports have interpreted that, and that's why I'm misunderstanding it. But yeah, like I say, if Mendes been having difficulty with Chelsea, um, it was obviously it's understandable. He's going to look forward to the break with Senegal, but obviously it's going to have a knock on effect of his confidence. Um, so maybe, like I say, for me, I don't know. But when it comes to goalkeepers, or so should I say, when it comes to goalkeepers doing what they need to do in the game, it's not just the goalkeeper, is it? The goalkeeper's relying on his defence, his midfield, to put the hard work in and the yards to protect his goal, so that he has to, he doesn't come under too much pressure. So yeah, but sorry about that, guys. I was well thrown off with that because it got me thinking when Keaton saying about Mendy and Ella saying about Mendy. I don't know why, but I was starting to think that Mendy was the number two keeper. But obviously, just reading what I was reading then, it might actually be that he's the number one keeper. So whatever I read the other day about a goalkeeper being sent home, I'm not sure if I've read it right, or maybe I've got confused. I'm sure it was Senegal. I'm going to go back and look for that now because it could have been another team that I'm getting confused with, but I'm sure it said Senegal. Um, so yeah, so my bad, guys. My apologies. I've got that wrong. But yeah, thanks, Keaton. Appreciate you dropping in, mate, and it's always a pleasure to have a family member drop in and show a bit of support. Really appreciate that, mate. And yeah, like I say, sorry about the confusion. Like I said, it's that report I read the other day that's thrown me off with Mendes because I was seriously under the impression that Senegal had been sent home, sent their number one keeper home because that is what I read. So I'm going to check it out. Or maybe it was the threat of going home, and the media have just presumed he's been sent home because that'd be about right, wouldn't it? We know how the mainstream media like to make presumptions, don't we? Ella is saying, would you play five at the back against France? No, no, I wouldn't. No, if you're asking me, Ella, I wouldn't. No. To be honest, if I was playing against France, I'm not sure if we've got the right players to play it, but I would rather England play their traditional, or what used to be. It's not anymore, but it used to be when I was younger. It used to be traditional 4-4-2. I think we just play brave against the French. Don't fear them. Don't play five. Playing five at the back is showing fear to them, and we shouldn't fear them. We should match them. We just, France are a good team, no question. But do we consider France better than us? Do we? Because that's the question you got to ask yourself. If you consider France better than us, then yeah, play five at the back. But if you consider that we are on the same level as France, then no, you go out and match them. You play what is your most dangerous attacking formation. And like I say, for me, I know Gareth Southgate's been playing 4-3-3. Not sure that works all that well, or shall we say, not sure it's worked all that well. But then again, it might work better against a more attacking a team like France because they will come at us a lot more. So yeah, like I say, for me, not sure, guys. With regards to the defensive formation, but I'd be a bit reluctant to play five at the back. But maybe you're right, Ella. Maybe we'd be wiser to play five at the back. I'm not sure. Uh, um, but if you play five at the back, then you kind of you're going to have one less attacker, I presume, to play that five at the back, and that's basically inviting France onto us. So for me, I would play our most attacking formation, our strongest attacking formation against France. Let's match them. Let's not fear them. Let's match them. Let's go out there and match them. We don't want to be shown fear. And if we're playing, if we're playing, a very defensive game with five at the back, that's showing that we fear them really, and it's also potentially inviting France to come onto them. But yeah, I understand your reason. You might be thinking we might be better to start the game like that. Maybe Ella, maybe you could. Maybe you could put a good argument to say maybe start five at the back, possibly for the first half, and then switch it to you know to a more attacking formation in the second half because maybe that would confuse the French. That's possible. So maybe in that aspect you could chuck that in there to to add more confusion to the French. I'm not sure. Like I say, it's an interesting one, Ella. But for me, no, I would say play our most strongest attacking formation, and the formation that gets the best out of the players, that the players feel the most comfortable. Because we're not going to be playing when we play the French. They are not going to sit back on us. They're going to come at us. That's the way they play. They play just like we do. They want to play attacking football. Normally we want to play attacking football. So so yeah, I don't really see that playing five at the back would be the best idea. But it's a good shout because, like I say, I love it tactically. Maybe it would work if the manager. But I don't think Gareth Southgate thinks like that about playing tactics. For one half and changing it for the second half. I don't think he really thinks like that. Keaton is saying Mendy played tonight. Yeah, mate. Yeah, I'm aware. I just like to say, mate, I just got confused with this. What I was thinking because I know I read some the other day, but this is the problem when I'm live streaming day in day out, like I have been up to now through the World Cup. I've been doing that much live stream. I just haven't had time to read enough stuff. And when I have been reading stuff about the World Cup and this that, it's been rushed. It's been rushed because I've had such little time to myself to read stuff. That's why tonight was different. It was good to actually sit and just watch the game tonight. Because if you guys have seen, I've been doing a lot of live match watch alongs. But tonight I thought I'd do something different and let you guys have your say. And that's why I thought it'd be better with a post match reaction. And plus, give me the chance to actually sit and just watch a game for once. But yeah, thanks for that, Keita, mate. Much appreciated. Like I say, for me, I think I just got confused with the fact that of what I read about the keeper being sent on. But thanks, mate. PFC underscore DY4 is Dylan. What are your thoughts ahead of tomorrow's games, mate? Well, actually, do you know what? I'm not even looked at what's the games we've got tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow we have Japan, Croatia, and Brazil, South Korea. Well, obviously, I very much expect Brazil to win against South Korea. I think Japan might cause an upset. I think Japan might cause, well, I don't know if it classed as an upset, but I know Croatia used to be considered a good team, and they've still got good players, although they've got aging players now. Because what's he called now? Forget his name now. The lad that plays for Real Madrid, and didn't he used to play for Tottenham as well? I think. What's he called? I told you guys I'm bad with players' names, and I don't watch games to watch players' names. I watch games and watch the team movement and watch how the team plays as a unit. So like I said, I forget his name. What's he called? I'm sure you guys know. Didn't he used to play for Tottenham and he's played for Real Madrid now. He's an awesome player, midfield player. It really bugs me when I can't remember players' names, but I'm sure one of you guys will tell me in a minute. But is he still playing international football? I'm sure he was kind of like Croatia's playmaker, if I remember rightly. I'm sure it was Croatia he played for, or is it Czech Republic? I might be getting confused, but yeah, for me, Dylan, I would say Brazil probably to win, and I think Japan might qualify for the next round as well. So yeah, let me know your thoughts, mate. Do you agree or do you think differently? Ella, don't worry about it. No, I just like I say, mate. I just want to obviously keep getting better at the building fan den. So obviously, having good knowledge is always helpful. But I've always been honest. I let myself down when it comes to players. I don't know. I think it maybe just getting old and my brain gets a bit lazy now. So I don't want to remember players like I did when I was younger. When you're younger, you remember, you absorb all the players' names and stuff like that. But when you get older like me, you start to lose interest in that, and you're just more interested in how the team's actually playing as a unit. So yeah, but thanks for that, Ella. Much appreciated, and thank you for understanding. Ella's saying journalists always make up headlines for more clicks and like. Yeah, like I say, it might have been a clickbait thing. I just literally had a quick read of it because. Like I said, I think I caught it at a time where I wasn't actually looking for news articles. I think I was setting up a stream or something like that, and obviously going through the doing what I'm doing on the computer. I think I've seen a news article. I've just clicked into it, had a quick read, and then moved on, carried on doing what I was doing. So maybe I've misread it, or maybe, like you say, maybe it was clickbait. But I swear, honest guys, I swear I read an article that said there'd been a bust up and the goalkeeper had been sent home. So maybe the papers have got, as we've seen it before, guys, the threat of the player going home, but the media have reported it as he's been sent home. So that wouldn't be surprising if that was the case. So, like I say, my bad. It's just obviously, like I say, trying to absorb that much football in the short space of time I've got to work on Fandom. I sometimes get a bit muddled up with it all. So yeah, my bad. Mad, is it coming home? Is it coming home? Well, it's great to see you in the chat, mate. Thank you very much for coming, dropping in. I'm not sure if it's coming home. I've seen. I think I'm a lone ranger at the minute tonight, a little bit with having a little bit of criticism, and it's not mega criticism; it's just constructive criticism. But I think most England fans are just saying it's a great result tonight. For me, I think it was a good result, and we once we got that first goal, we looked a lot better as a team. But I'm very worried about that first half an hour. For me, that like I said, maybe because I've watched many World Cups with England and seen how things like that can come back to haunt us in bigger games, or should I say, against tougher opposition. So yeah, but for me, no, mate, you won't hear me singing "It's Coming Home" not until we actually get maybe to the semi-finals. If we get to the semi-finals, you might hear me saying it. But no, I'm not one of these people. I don't believe in saying stuff like that because I don't want to put the jinx on us, mate. I don't want to put the jinx on us. And I'm not one of them kind of fans that gets carried away. I'm more a bit of a realist, if I'm honest. So yeah, for me, I'm not sure if it's coming home. It'd be nice if it came if we won it. I think considering some of the banter England fans get from other nationalities with regards to that. I think it'd be nice to actually put that one to bed and get it to get a World Cup win, and then maybe we can change the slogan to, instead of it coming home, to it's home. When will it be again or something? I don't know. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of it, mate, that coming home, because I just think it encourages the Scots, the Welsh, the Irish and anybody else to just hate England that bit more. So yeah, you won't hear me saying it's coming home until we get to the semi-finals, mate. But thank you very much, Mad. Appreciate you dropping in, mate. Ella, Walker vs Mbappe will be an incredible matchup. Yeah, absolutely. I heard the commentator in the match talking about that one. Obviously, I think it's going to be interesting, in it, because Walker is an absolutely awesome defender when he's on his game, and he can have some fantastic games sometimes. But and when he's focused, he can be brilliant. But I think he's also got an occasional mistake in him, and let's hope Mbappe doesn't expose any mistakes from him. Hopefully, hopefully Walker just relishes the challenge. Let's hope he just, he's just well up for it. Let's hope he just sees it as, yes, this is my opportunity to play against one of the world's best attacking players, and I'm going to match him. I'm going to give him everything I've got. Let's hope he looks at it like that. And if he does, then he's in with a good chance of getting being, what's the word, of having a good game against him. But I think France will be looking to switch play and crossfield balls, things like that, against us to try and open us up if we start with compacting the defence But I think it's good. It's an interesting game, isn't it, guys? It's interesting. Will we play more defensive? Is it going to be end to end? I think it's definitely going to be a different game to what we've seen so far with England involved. So yeah, thanks for that, Ella. Great, definitely one to watch out for with what Ella's saying. Walker vs Mbappe. That's obviously if Walker does play. Knowing Southgate, wouldn't surprise me if he completely changes the back line. But we'll see. Keaton is saying, I reckon we hit France with an attack as they will be thinking we will be going into the game as defensive. We have the attacking players to beat them, but not strong defensive players to park the bus. Yeah, no, absolutely. Well said, Keaton. Absolutely, mate. Totally agree with that. I'm very much for that. I want to see it go all out, go out. That for me, as you just said, mate. It's what you just said, but it's also because let's be honest. I don't know. Three-quarters of this England team are Premier League players, if not more of it. I don't know what the percentage is, but a high percentage anyway of the England team is a Premier League players. And what is the Premier League well known for? What is it? Come on, guys, you know what is the Premier League well known for? Exciting, attacking, fast-flowing football. That is what it's known around the world for. So our players in this team are used to that style of play, and they should be used to it because they play it week in, week out. So Keaton is absolutely right. If we go into that game with no fear, and Gareth Southgate should be saying to the players, look, you play this way week in, week out for your clubs. You play fast attacking football. Go out there and do the same thing for England because France are the perfect team to play that style of football against because they're going to come on to us. And when they come on to us, they're going to expose their gaps in their back line, going to give us a chance to get in behind and use the pace of Saka, players like that, Rashford, that can really, attack down them wings. And even Alexander-Arnold Trent, if he can get on the pitch, he's the kind of player that will expose France at the back. So for me, like I said, I think Keaton's spot on there. If we go into it like that with fast, using our attacking players, because we've got so much pace in that team, guys. And look at and that's not even accounting for what we've got in midfield with the likes of Phil Foden and his creativity, as well as Jordan Henderson and the hard work that he puts in. So we've got so much talent in this team, guys. So there's no reason we should need to fear the French. We should just go out and play fast, flowing, attacking football. Because let's be honest, like I said, guys, the players that are in the team, majority of them, that's how they play for their club. That's how they play for their club. We don't see Arsenal playing defensively very often, do we? We see them play attacking football. That is what Saka's used to. The same, mate, I don't, obviously, we could go through every club individually. But the point is, even the likes of Man City, who like to play a possession-based game, they still hit teams hard and fast when they go for goal. So for me, I have to agree with Keaton there. I think that's our best strategy to get a result against the French. Hit them hard right from the off, right from the first whistle. Hit them hard, go right at them, get right in their faces, pace, speed, and even a little bit of Klopp mentality with the heavy metal football in respect of, get right in their faces. Let them know that we're not going to give them time on the ball, stuff like that. So yeah, absolutely. Well said, Keaton. I have to agree with you there, mate. Thanks for that. Joey, hi, mate. Hi, Fanden. I agree. Don't play five at the back. Absolutely. Well, fair enough. Like I say, we were just talking about opinions. Ella was just suggesting. I'm not saying she was. I don't think she was actually saying play five at the back. I think she was suggesting, is it an option? But yeah, I think the majority of fans would agree. Go for it with the French. Go for it. Don't just like I say, as I've just said, guys. Premier League. These players play in the Premier League. They play fast-flowing football week in, week out in the Premier League and in the Champions League as well. So why would you not use that to your advantage? That's how the players are used to playing. Let them play like that, and it's an evening kickoff as well. So we the heat isn't going to be intense. I think it's an evening kickoff anyway. Let me just check that. Is it an evening kickoff? Yeah, 9 o'clock kick. Sorry, 7 o'clock UK time. So I think I heard that's about 10 o'clock in Qatar. So that's about 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. in Qatar. So yeah, like I say, I think a lot of us are agreeing that we should just go for it with the French. Just hit them hard right from the first whistle. Get right in the faces. Don't give them time on the ball, and use the pace that we've got in that team, because we've got loads of pace, guys. Absolutely loads of players with pace in that team. Um, so yeah, thank you very much for that, Joey, and thank you very much for coming, getting involved, mate. Always a pleasure and great to see you uh, and hear what you got to say, mate. Ella, we could use Walker like Pep does. He's a right back out of possession and midfielder in possession. Yeah, that's a good shout. That's a good shout. I don't think we'll see Southgate allow him to play like that, though. To be fair, mate, because Southgate, um, I get the impression he's very structured. He likes the players to stay in their formation as much as possible. So I think obviously, I think that some of the defensive players we've got and the goalkeeper and stuff will be being told, not to go leaving space at the back too much. Maybe the defensive players being told not to get too far forward, um, especially against the French, because, like I say, I think Gareth Southgate's definitely the type of manager that seems to appears to prefer that players stay in their formation and in their position. But yeah, it's a good shout, Ella. It is a good shout. But for me, I think, like I said, I just think we go at them. I just think we go at the French. We just be brave. We just play a confident attacking lineup, and we hit them hard right from the first whistle. No messing, no fear, and just go at them. Because maybe the French won't be expecting that. They'll probably expect us to come out with the slow, build up and feel our way into the game. Because let's be honest, England do that a lot, where for the first 10, 15 minutes, they want to feel themselves into the game. And the French might not, might want to be exposing that. Maybe they might actually identify that as an England weakness that they could possibly expose. So, like I say, if we hit them hard right from the first whistle, they might not actually be expecting that. So, yeah. But thanks for that. Ella, appreciated, mate. Mad, Luka Modric. That's it. Thanks, mate. I couldn't remember his name, Luka Modric. It was on the tip of my tongue. But yeah, like I said, my apologies, guys. I admit it. I'm bad with players' names. I'm never. But yeah, Luka Modric. That's it. His name was right on the tip of my tongue, and I just couldn't. It just wasn't coming. But yeah, that's the play. Is he still playing internationally? I'm not sure. I've not really heard much about him recently. But I'm sure it was Croatia's national team, innit? If I'm correct. But yeah, like I say, he's. Let me know, guys, if he's actually in the Croatia team. If you've noticed that, I'm not sure. I've not heard much about him for a while. But yeah, he obviously he is there. He was there. Not whether he still is, I'm not sure. But he was their playmaker, their number one. Man for building up attacks and stuff like that. And as we've seen for Real Madrid, he's still got quality. He's still talented. He might be a bit slower now. He's getting older, but he's still magic with what he can do on the ball, and he's got all that experience now. And as we know, one thing that can be dangerous to opposition is players like Modric that have a good knowledge of the game. And know how to use it because he is that type of player. He's got a good knowledge of the game, very experienced, and he knows how to use it. And he also knows how to save his legs as well. And what I mean by that is, he knows how to not make wasteful runs all the time to save his energy. And when you're an older player, you do need to have that in mind to a certain extent, so that you don't start running on empty. But yeah, Mad, massive thanks, mate. Like I say, just couldn't get the name to come to mind. So much appreciated, mate. Joey, we should start singing. It's not coming home. Maybe then it will Come home, laugh out loud. Yeah, that's a good shout, that mate. You know, that's deja vu because I actually said that to my missus at the start of the tournament. I said maybe if England fans stop singing "It's Coming Home" and start singing "It's Not Coming Home," then we might actually win it. Um, so yeah, that is very much deja vu. So nice one, Joey. Appreciate that, mate. That's a good one. Like I say, you might. There's some logic in that, mate. There's some logic in that because, like I say, we do. Well, it doesn't help with the media we've got in the UK, does it? They like to, as far as they're concerned, as soon as the World Cup qualifiers start, we've won it before it even gets going, haven't we? With the way that the UK media can talk, mate. So yeah, well said, Joey. That's a good one, mate. Ella, keep working hard, Musha. The more streams you do, the more regular watchers you will get. Yeah, like I say, try as I said, Ella, trying to take advantage of the intensity of games that have been coming at us. Um, I would have actually preferred to have tried to get onto some of the daytime games as well if possible. But yeah, like I say, just trying to take advantage of. But massive appreciate your support, Ella. And as you know, I was talking about it last night. I'm just trying to take advantage of all this football at the minute and just get the practice, help me get more practice doing the match watch alongs. Because like I say, I've got other ideas I want to work on for the Fandom project in the future. But yeah, absolutely right. Thank you very much for that, Ella, um, and really appreciate it. Is that kind of a Midland slang, musher? That's a bit of a new one on me. I'm not sure if I've heard that one before, Ella, but yeah, thank you very much for the positivity, Ella. Very much appreciated. Thanks, mate. Keaton Townsend, off topic. Are you going to the Bolton Man United under 21s on Tuesday the 13th for the Papa John's Trophy? I'm in United End. Got tickets for it. Yeah, well, I don't know. It depends, mate. I'm not sure. I want to go to it. I want to go to it. Um, the problem with going to Bolton games at the minute for me is I need to do more live streams for Bolton fans to get to know me. Because as I've said, guys, when I go to Bolton games for Fandom, I want fans to come on the channel. And I'm sure you know this, Keaton, because you've been to Bolton games with me, mate, or at least one with me. When you seen, I tried to do it for Fandom, and you seen how difficult it was to get fans to talk because they don't know me. So my thinking is do more live streams for Bolton so that the Bolton fans start to get to know my face, might start recognizing me then when I do go to games, and then they might be more willing to talk on the channel. But yeah, I might go to it, mate. I might go to it, and I'm not sure if I'll do it as a fan. Then might just go to it just to watch. But yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not. If I go, mate, I'll be in the Bolton end. I won't be joining you in the the Glory Hunters end. Not a chance. I'll be in Bolton end, where you should be, mate. Where you should be. But yeah, fair enough. I hope if you do go and I don't manage to go, mate, I hope you enjoy the game anyway. But yeah, I'm kind of gutted it's coming so close to Christmas because I really do want to go to that game. Um, to be fair, it would have been nice if the fixture had fell in January. Just give a couple of weeks recovery from Christmas rather than having it right on top of Christmas. But yeah, not off topic, mate. Obviously off topic from the World Cup, but nothing wrong with asking that, mate. And like I say, I will. I'll see. See what I can do. If it's possible, I can get the time to go. With the way things are at the moment. Keaton saying Luka Modric is playing international and he plays for Croatia, but it's his last World Cup. Yeah, I thought he did play for Croatia. I just wasn't 100% sure because I always get a little bit confused with Eastern European countries. But yeah, I knew he was an international player, mate. I've seen him watch for years. I just wasn't sure if he was still playing internationally or whether he'd retired because he's around that age of retirement now from international football. So that's why I was chucking it out there if you guys had heard anything, mate. So yeah, thanks for confirming that, Keaton. But yeah, like I said, I did know that he was the international player. Just I wasn't sure if he'd retired because obviously, like I say, if players play in the UK, you hear when they've retired. It's well publicised, but he's playing in Spain. So obviously, I just wasn't sure if he'd made it, an announcement last season or whatever or something. Because these players just come out randomly, don't they, and just randomly announce that they're retiring from international football. So that's why I was asking. I just wasn't sure if he was still playing. But yeah, if he's still playing for Croatia, then obviously that is one bonus for Croatia because he's always been their talisman and he's a playmaker as well, isn't he, guys? He's a playmaker, big player for them. So they're going to miss him when he does retire. But I just wasn't sure if he had actually retired yet. I hadn't heard much about him. But that's because I don't follow Real Madrid, mate. Um, so yeah, so thanks for that, Keaton. I appreciate you confirming that for us, mate. Like I said, I just couldn't remember. I just couldn't remember, and I've not really seen much of Croatia. Some teams I've seen more of through the tournament. Like I've watched a few games for Argentina. I think I've watched most of their games, to be honest. But then other games I've been missing because they've been playing while I've been out working and stuff. So you can't watch a game when out working and doing stuff. So yeah. Croatia, I just haven't really. I can't say I remember them playing that. I've seen them play in the tournament so far that I can think of. Whereas a team like say like Argentina, I've seen them play a couple of times. So yeah. But thank you very much, like I say, Keaton. I appreciate you letting me know with that, mate. Thank you. So, like I say, guys, I think we're all done now. Everybody's obviously dropped the comments. It's been great to have you guys all involved. Really appreciated you sharing your opinions. Obviously, apologies if I didn't agree with you, but that's football. We all have different opinions, but I really do appreciate you guys coming, sharing your opinions. I respect everybody's opinion, even though might not always agree with it. And if you haven't, guys, please do hit that like button before you go. It would be very much appreciated. But yep, that's it from me for now, guys. Thank you very much for joining me. Hopefully, you guys will join me on future streams. And like I say, enjoy the next few days of games and look after yourself and stay safe out there. Okay, guys, that's it from me. Bye for now.